So let's say you're trying to convert 5.2 square miles and figure out how many square feet that is. Now, the thing you have to be careful with your units, this square is not on 5.2. The square is on the miles, which means it would be 5.2 this direction, but only 1 this direction. So that area there is 5.2 square miles, or it could be any combination of different, but you're going to have 5.2 square miles. But you don't square, it's not 5.2 on this side and 5.2 on this side. That would be whatever 5.2 squared is, 25 something. So that's wrong. But what you do have to remember when you're converting units is that this square matters, because to get from miles to feet, we're going to have to convert miles to feet twice. So when you set it up in dimensional analysis, you have 5.2 square miles. Okay, miles goes to the bottom. Now, do you know how many feet are in a mile? I do. There are 5,280 feet in 1 mile. So I can do that, and I'm going to do it twice. 1 mile is 5,280 feet, because I got to get rid of square miles and turn them into square feet. So now I just got rid of miles and then miles twice, and I'm ending up with square feet. So I have to do, to convert this, I have to do 5.2 times 5280 times 5280, and I get this number of square feet, which is roughly, if I convert that, 1.45 times 10 to the 8th square feet, right? Now, I know this conversion factor because I memorized it. And again, memorizing it makes it easier because you don't have to think about it. But you might not know that, and so you might have to do it a little bit longer. Now, let's say, so this, I wanted to show you this because you have problems where you have squares. And so I wanted to make sure you realize that you have to square it. But one of the things you run into more often is you're always trying to convert between kilometers per hour and meters per second, or miles per second, or miles per hour and meters per second. That one happens all the time. And so if I have 55 miles per hour, and I want to figure out how many meters per second that is. You can memorize the conversion factor between miles per hour and meters per second. It's 22.7 or something. See, I don't even have it memorized. I should, because it would make my life easier. But usually I just use dimensional analysis. I just say, okay, I have 55 miles per hour. So hour is on the bottom, because 55 miles per hour means you're going to go 55 miles in 1 hour. And then whatever's on top goes to the bottom. So I want to get rid of my miles, and I want to turn it into meters. Do I know how many miles are in a meter? Or excuse me, how many meters are in a mile? I actually do. There's 1,609. But let's pretend like I didn't. Let's pretend like I don't know that. But I do know there's 1.6 kilometers in a mile. 1.6 kilometers in 1 mile. Oh no, I flipped it, because if I do this, I'm going to get square miles, and my miles aren't going to get canceled out. You got to be careful. I flipped it on purpose. Well, maybe not totally on purpose, but miles go to the bottom so that it'll cancel out. Kilometers, I'm going to go 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers, because I do know that. And then I'm still trying to get to meters. So kilometers to meters. Okay, kilometers go on the bottom, so it'll cancel out. Meters on the top. And I know that there are 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. Okay, and so now, if you can see, my miles went away, my kilometers went away, and I've got meters. Now, how to get rid of this hours and turn it into seconds? Well, I want hours to cancel, so since hours is on the bottom, I'm going to put hours on the top because that'll make it cancel. And do I know how many seconds are in an hour? I do. There's 3,600 seconds in 1 hour. You might not know that. You might have to go from hours to minutes and then minutes to seconds. But again, memorizing stuff helps. And so now I can get rid of my hours. That cancels out. And that leaves up here, see, I have meters, and on the bottom I have seconds, and so my unit is meters per second, like it's supposed to be. And so then I just have to multiply on the top, divide by the bottom, so 55 times 1.6 times 1,000 divided by 3,600. Those two zeros go away, and so 55 times 1.6 times 10 divided by 36 is equal to 24.4. Now, does this make sense? Well, you'll start to get kind of a feel for it, but 55 miles per hour, 24.4 meters per second, it actually does sound pretty right. And so that is my answer. Okay. Visualize your car going down the road, 24 meters, couple lengths of the classroom in 1 second. And if you're going 55 miles per hour, then you're going pretty fast. So this sounds about right. Okay, so that's how you use dimensional analysis. It takes practice, and it's different. This is just unit converting. It really is most helpful for if you're going from random units that you're not very familiar with to other units, and you're trying to figure out, do I have to multiply? Do I have to divide? That's when it's helpful. Now, you can use it or not, but converting units is an expectation, and you'll do it all the time. So start figuring out how to convert units, start memorizing your common conversion factors so that you don't have to look them up. Maybe keep a chart in your notebook for now over the common ones, but then try to use it less and less as you memorize them. Okay, hopefully that was helpful.